When Srila Prabhupada was translating the 7th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam and lecturing about Lord Nrsimhadev and Prahlad Maharaj, devotees noted how Srila Prabhupada seemed to be particularly enlivened by the topics of Prahlad. He seemed to be entering deeply into the fearless and compassionate preaching mood of Prahlad. Prahlad Maharaj was a great devotee who worshipped Krishna from his very birth. He always remembered Krishna despite the greatest difficulties. Even though he had no proper association and his own family members opposed him, he never gave up his mission of service to his spiritual master. He went alone to preach among the demons, unconcerned about danger, confident that Krishna would protect him. And he converted some of the demons to be his followers. After putting Prahlad through many tests, the Supreme Lord made him triumphant. Prahlad Maharaj is the ideal of selflessness. He was not interested in his own salvation. He was interested in the salvation of others. And his devotion to his Guru was so strong that even when favored by the personal presence of the Lord, Prahlad refused to give up assisting Narad Muni in delivering the fallen souls. The essence of Prahlad's mood is captured in 3 of his prayers to Lord Nrsimhadev. Srimad Bhagavatam, 7th canto, 9th chapter, 28th verse, 43rd verse and 44th verse. Evam janam nipatitam prabhavahi kupe कामाभिकामं मनुयः प्रपदं प्रसंगात् कृत्वात्मशात् शुरर्षिणा भगवन् गृहीतः सोहम कथम नु विसृजे तव भृत्य सेवाम. My dear Lord, O Supreme Personality of Godhead, because of my association with material desires one after another, I was gradually falling into a blind well full of snakes, following the general populace. But your servant Narad Muni kindly accepted me as his disciple and instructed me how to achieve this transcendental position. Therefore, my first duty is to serve him. How can I leave his service? Naivod Paraduratjaya Vaitaranyas Tvadvirya Gayana Mahamritamagna Chittaha Soche Tato Vimukachetasa Indriyartha Maya Sukhaya Bharamutvahato Vimudhan. O best of great personalities, I am not at all afraid of material existence, for wherever I stay, I am fully absorbed in thoughts of your glories and activities. My concern is only for the fools and rascals who are making elaborate plans for material happiness and maintaining their families, societies, and countries. I am simply concerned with love for them. Prayena deva munayah svavimukti kama Maunam charanti vijanena parartha nishtaha Naitan vihaya kripanan vimamuksha eko Nanyam twadasya sharanam brahmato nupasye. My dear Lord Nrsimhadev, I see that there are many saintly persons indeed, but they are interested only in their own deliverance, not caring for the big cities and towns. They go to Himalayas or the forest to meditate with vows of silence. They are not interested in delivering others. As for me, however, I do not wish to be liberated alone, leaving aside all these poor fools and rascals. I know that without Krishna consciousness, without taking shelter of your lotus feet, one cannot be happy. Therefore, I wish to bring them back to shelter at your lotus feet. Srila Prabhupada's purports to these verses are important and fully reveal his own devotional mood. Jai Srila Prabhupada. In Srimad Bhagavatam, 7th canto, 7th chapter, shloka number 10, Narad Muni describes Prahlad Maharaj as Mahabhagavato Mahan, a devotee considered great even among other highly elevated devotees. Prahlad is certainly also Mahabhagavato Mahan. Jai Srila Prabhupada. Kashyap Muni also describes Prahlad Maharaj's qualities, which are equally applicable to Srila Prabhupada. He will be an approved devotee of the Lord, and his fame will be broadcast equally with that of the personality of Godhead. In order to follow in his footsteps, saintly persons will try to emulate his character by practicing freedom from animosity, just as the purifying processes rectify gold of inferior quality. Everyone will be pleased with him because the personality of Godhead, the supreme controller of the universe, is always satisfied with a devotee who does not wish for anything beyond him. That topmost devotee of the Lord will have expanded intelligence and expanded influence and will be the greatest of the great souls. Due to mature devotional service, he will certainly be situated in transcendental ecstasy and will enter the spiritual sky after quitting this material world. He will be a virtuously qualified reservoir of all good qualities. He will be jolly and happy in others' happiness, distressed in others' distress, and will have no enemies. He will be a destroyer of the lamentation of all the universes, like the pleasant moon after the summer sun. Jai Srila Prabhupada. Like the gopis, especially Mother Yashoda and Radharani, Srila Prabhupada takes great pleasure in beautifully dressing and decorating Krishna and feeding him varieties of delicious food. Jai Srila Prabhupada. Mother Yashoda always wanted the best for Krishna. She nourished him and took pleasure in seeing his stumbling growth. She was always anxious to protect him from demons. Although sometimes angry with his wayward son, she knew nothing but him and gave her all for him. Similarly, Srila Prabhupada identified ISKCON as non-different from Krishna, sometimes encouraging his neophyte disciples and sometimes chastising them. He gave them his very self to nurture their spiritual growth. With the heart of a Bengali mother, he protected his society and defended it from the onslaught of demons. Jai Srila Prabhupada. Krishna's cowherd boyfriends carefully entered the mouth of Aghasura, being confident of Krishna's protection. And he did protect them. Similarly, Srila Prabhupada entered the dangerous streets of New York City, and Krishna protected him also. Jai Srila Prabhupada. Swayambhu Manu gave his Manu Samhita as the law book for mankind. Following in the footsteps of Manu, Srila Prabhupada has given the world his books, the law books, for the next 10,000 years. Jai Srila Prabhupada. Like Ambarish Maharaj, Srila Prabhupada diligently engaged in all 9 processes of devotional service. Not only did he enthusiastically execute Navavidha Bhakti, but he also endeavored to engage the whole world in such devotional service. Jai Srila Prabhupada. As Dhruva Maharaj astounded the universe by his unprecedentedly powerful activities in devotional service, so did Srila Prabhupada. Jai Srila Prabhupada. Many devotees in the past, such as Dhruva Maharaj, took up stringent asceticism to please the Lord. Even Krishna himself went through severe austerities to please his Guru Sandipani Muni. Similarly, Srila Prabhupada accepted many hardships in the course of his service to Guru and Krishna. And Krishna also underwent hardships to please his pure devotee Srila Prabhupada, who so much wanted a gorgeous palace for Krishna in Bombay that Krishna reciprocated by living in very austere conditions until it was built. Jai Srila Prabhupada. Like Rukmini Devi and Gadadhar Pandit, Srila Prabhupada has deep, steady affection for Krishna and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, that cannot be altered under any circumstances. Srila Prabhupada never blamed Krishna, even when he apparently mistreated him by putting him into difficulties. Jai Srila Prabhupada. Like Akrura, Srila Prabhupada took Krishna out of Vrindavan. But this time the gopis weren't crying because Prabhupada also took them along. And all of Vrindavan too. Jai Srila Prabhupada. Like Akrura, Kunti Devi, Maharaj Kulashekar, Yamunacharya, and many other devotees in the past, Srila Prabhupada satisfied the Lord with prayers. Prabhupada prayed to Krishna for the strength to carry out his mission. Obviously, Krishna was satisfied with Prabhupada's prayer, for he fulfilled his desire. Jai Srila Prabhupada. In his old age, Bhishma Dev was still enthusiastic and fit for fighting. And before passing away, he spoke perfectly on religious principles from a bed of arrows. Similarly, Srila Prabhupada went out in his old age to fight and finally gave religious instructions from his departure bed. As Lord Krishna was personally present at the passing of Bhishma, so was he at the departure of Srila Prabhupada. Before Bhishma, Krishna appeared in four-handed form so dear to him, and at the passing of Srila Prabhupada, he appeared in the form of the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra so dear to Srila Prabhupada. Jai Srila Prabhupada. Prabhupada begged from Krishna the benediction to fight for him up to his last breath, as did Arjuna. As Arjuna was Krishna's instrument to defeat the Kauravas, so Srila Prabhupada was Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's instrument to defeat Kali Yuga. Arjuna did not want to fight for his own sake, but on Krishna's order, he took up arms for the sake of religion, righteousness. Similarly, Srila Prabhupada remained aloof from the useless squabbling in Gaudiya Math, but when it came time to conquer the demons, he entered the battle with full enthusiasm. Jai Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada once explained that if anyone wants to be the friend of Krishna, he must do what Krishna wants. He cited the example of Arjuna, who fought for Krishna because that is what Krishna wanted. Prabhupada further explained that if anyone now wants to be the friend of Krishna, he must do what Krishna now wants, which is to preach his holy name all over the world. So it is clear who is the real follower of Arjuna and greatest friend of Krishna. Jai Srila Prabhupada. Kshatriyas like Abhimanyu like to attack the enemy in their strongest position. Like Abhimanyu, Srila Prabhupada went into the heart of demonic forces, not caring for personal risk. And like Abhimanyu, Srila Prabhupada won eternal glory, although he was never overcome in the fight. Jai Srila Prabhupada. Like Sukadev Goswami, Srila Prabhupada spoke Bhagavatam continuously day and night. He gave Bhagavatam class in the morning, spoke the message of Bhagavatam throughout the day, and at night dictated his purports to the Bhagavatam. Although Srimad Bhagavatam had been spoken before, its importance and acceptance became well established when Sukadev Goswami gave his Bhagavatam dissertation. Sukadev's presentation was new, exciting, and fresh, fully in parampara, but enriched by his own ecstasy. The Bhagavatam we have now, as accepted by all authorities, is spoken by Sukadev Goswami. Sukadev is famous simply for speaking the Bhagavatam, yet for this he is counted among the topmost devotees. Srila Prabhupada is a modern day Sukadeva. The Bhagavatam was already existing, but Prabhupada's presentation was new and special. By arranging for the profuse distribution of Srimad Bhagavatam all over the world, Srila Prabhupada established its importance and authority. Srila Prabhupada referred to his purports as his personal ecstasies, and indeed, he is the topmost ecstatic devotee on the level of Srila Sukadev Goswami. Jai Srila Prabhupada. Srimad Bhagavatam, first canto, fourth chapter, shloka number 10, states that Maharaj Parikshit increased the prestige of Pandava dynasty. How could the reputation of such an exalted lineage be at all increased? It was apparently impossible. But Maharaj Parikshit was so great that he did it. He was proud of his forefathers and always careful to act as to maintain their good name. By remaining an ideal Krishna conscious king, Maharaj Parikshit proved that not only were the Pandavas themselves great, but that they could also produce great descendants. Similarly, devotees coming in great parampara have the responsibility to increase the prestige of the disciplic succession, or at least to not degrade it. The lineage of Rupa, Jiva, Narottama, Bhaktivinod, Bhakti Siddhanta, and others has no parallel or close competitor in the universe. To increase the prestige of Gaudiya Vaishnava Sampradaya was practically impossible, but Srila Prabhupada did it. He increased the prestige of his preceptors by fulfilling their mission and making them known throughout the world. Jai Srila Prabhupada. Also, like Maharaj Parikshit, Srila Prabhupada was a great devotee from his very birth or even before. Both satisfied their spiritual masters by attentive hearing, and both chastised the personality of Kali. Jai Srila Prabhupada. Shankaracharya, Ramanujacharya, and Madhvacharya all travelled the length and breadth of India. By spiritual strength, they changed the lives of innumerable people and made lasting effects on the course of religious history. Similarly, Srila Prabhupada went into the world and by diligence, conviction, and spiritual power caused a revolution in thought that will have a permanent effect on the misdirected civilization. Jai Srila Prabhupada. Tirumangai Alvar of Sri Sampradaya engaged their thieves, liars, cheaters, and rogues in the service of the Lord. He purified their sinful propensities by engaging them in devotional service, and with their help, he did tremendous work for establishing Krishna consciousness. Similarly, Srila Prabhupada accepted all kinds of questionable, rejected characters, made them saintly persons, and spread the message of Lord Chaitanya through them. Jai Srila Prabhupada. Madhavendra Puri did not like to display his love of Krishna, not wanting to be praised by others. Ultimately, he could not hide his greatness and was honored nonetheless. Similarly, Srila Prabhupada was never interested in personal honor, but had he tried to hide from fame by avoiding the public, he would not have been able to preach. So, for the sake of saving us, he accepted fame. Like Madhavendra Puri, Prabhupada was sent alone out of Vrindavan to execute a confidential and difficult task for Krishna. Fully depending on Krishna's protection, he fearlessly entered unknown lands. He steadily persisted, even confident of success, and never hesitated to encounter difficulties. His only consideration was how to please Krishna. And as Madhavendra Puri acquired fame, name, faithful followers, and a pleasing situation within which to worship Krishna, but abandoned it to do more service for Krishna elsewhere. So also Srila Prabhupada established ISKCON in this world and then went somewhere else to continue serving Krishna. Jai Srila Prabhupada. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said that anyone who had not heard of Pundarika Vidyanidhi was not a Vaishnava. Similarly, how can anyone really be a devotee unless he recognizes Srila Prabhupada? Jai Srila Prabhupada. Like Lokanath, Bhugarbha, and Gopal Bhatta Goswamis, Srila Prabhupada did not want fame. Lokanath and Bhugarbha were great devotees sent by Lord Chaitanya to Vrindavan even before Rupa and Sanatana. But we hardly find their names mentioned in Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita. Before compiling Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami visited all the Vaishnavas of Vrindavan to get their blessings. Lokanath, Bhugarbha, and Gopala Bhatta Goswamis gave their blessings on the condition that their names or activities not be mentioned. Similarly, Srila Prabhupada kept himself in the background. He wanted only that everyone should know Krishna. Other Swamis who went to America had promoted themselves. They named their missions after themselves and directed the attention of their followers fully towards themselves. Prabhupada was different. By his endeavors, the entire world now knows Krishna. But even today, Prabhupada is not nearly as well known as he should be. It is the duty of us, his followers, to correct this anomaly. Ebejas Gushuk Tribhuvana. Let us make Prabhupada famous. Jai Srila Prabhupada. As Rupa Goswami understood the inner desire of Lord Chaitanya, so Srila Prabhupada understood the heart of his master, Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur. Rupa Goswami astonished Lord Chaitanya by composing a verse revealing his knowledge of the Lord's inner sentiments. Similarly, Srila Prabhupada composed a verse precisely describing the mission of his spiritual master to destroy impersonalism by proving the absolute truth to be sentient. When Lord Chaitanya asked how Rupa could have understood his inner sentiment, Swarup Damodar Goswami responded that Lord Chaitanya must have blessed Rupa with his special mercy. Similarly, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur's pleasure with Abhay Charanaravinda's poem was the first major indication of the special mercy that Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati was to bestow on his disciple. Jai Srila Prabhupada. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu told Sanatana Goswami to explain devotional service, establish centers for cultivation of love of Krishna, and teach people how to live in the renounced order. He ordered Sanatana to rediscover the lost holy places of Vrindavan and to preach Vrindavan's glories for the benefit of others. Lord Chaitanya has again done these things through Srila Prabhupada. All of us had forgotten Vrindavan, our eternal home, but Prabhupada revealed to us again. Jai Srila Prabhupada. Of Sanatan Goswami, Srila Prabhupada has written, he was so devoted to Srila Prabhupada's spiritual master that this cannot be described. Srila Prabhupada was intimately attached to his spiritual master and also invoked Guru Bhakti in his disciples. Therefore, Prabhupada is the purification of the qualities of Sanatana Goswami. Jai Srila Prabhupada. Sanatana Goswami told Haridas Thakur, you are the best devotee, the guru of all, because you preach Krishna consciousness and also practice what you preach. Similarly, Prabhupada is the best devotee and the guru of all, Sarva Guru. He is better than those who preach but do not follow. And he is better than those who follow but do not preach. He is doing more for Krishna than anyone else. Jai Srila Prabhupada. Namacharya Haridas Thakur personally relished the chanting of holy names and chanted for the benefit of others also. By his chanting and preaching, he relieved the anxiety of Lord Chaitanya, who was wondering how to deliver meat eaters and other fallen souls. Srila Prabhupada is the Namacharya of modern age, fulfilling Haridas Thakur's promise to Lord Chaitanya that the meat eaters could be saved by Harinam. Jai Srila Prabhupada. Haridas Thakur was tested first by a prostitute, then Maya Devi herself. But he was not even slightly disturbed by his would-be temptresses. Rather, he charmed them with the much greater attraction of pure Krishna consciousness. Similarly, Srila Prabhupada had thousands of beautiful, submissive young women disciples, but his mind was never slightly disturbed, for he considered them to be gopikas of Krishna. Previously, they may have seemed like kecharis, witches of Maya, but Prabhupada took compassion on their unfortunate, neglected condition, protected them like a kind father, and turned them into Vraja Kishoris, happy maidservants of Srimati Radharani. Jai Srila Prabhupada.
I can read, Prabhu, if you wish.
Okay, Prabhu, you can continue, Prabhu.
Okay, thank you.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, thank you. I'll take over the control, Prabhuji.
Yes, Prabhu.
Jai. As Govinda was the best servant of Lord Chaitanya and was prepared to serve him even at great risk, so Srila Prabhupada was the best servant of his spiritual master and risked everything to serve him. Jai Srila Prabhupada. Shivananda Sen would take devotees from Bengal to see Lord Chaitanya. As an expert manager, he cared for and protected them and made all arrangements for their prasad, residence, comfort, and well being on the journey. He knew all the roads and obstacles, having taken devotees along the path many times before. By his mercy, even a dog who joined the party received Lord Chaitanya's mercy and went back to Godhead. Similarly, Srila Prabhupada transformed many dog like people into devotees and led them on the path to Lord Chaitanya, a path that he has surely guided countless along many times before. Jai Srila Prabhupada. Taking advantage of an unfortunate incident, Subuddhi Rai left home and went from Bengal to Vrindavan. Srila Prabhupada did the same when his wife preferred tea to he. Although from a highly aristocratic background, Subuddhi Rai lived austerely in Vrindavan and made arrangements for the comfortable stay of visiting devotees from Bengal who were not accustomed to the climate, conditions, and food in Vrindavan. He personally cared for the devotees and introduced them to the holy place of Rajamandala. In the same spirit, Srila Prabhupada welcomed his Western disciples to Vrindavan. Although he was personally content to live simply in Vraja, he wanted that his foreign disciples not feel inconvenienced there. As a perfect host, he undertook much trouble to ensure that his guests had clean, adequate living arrangements and healthy prasad. He taught his disciple how to welcome the constant streams of guests to the Angrej Krishna Balram Mandir. In Mayapur also, Srila Prabhupada constructed for his disciples the longest building in Bengal, but was personally content to live in two small rooms. Jai Srila Prabhupada. Raghav Pandit and his sister Damayanti were famous for cooking for Lord Chaitanya. Srila Prabhupada also liked to cook for Krishna and was concerned that the deities be installed were nicely fed. Not only Raghav Pandit, but all the devotees liked to invite Lord Chaitanya and feed him sumptuously. Srila Prabhupada also liked to feed his disciples sweet balls, laddus, halwa, samosas, sabjis, pakoras, and many other wonderful prasad treats. He also personally relished the delicious prasad offered to him by his disciples. Indeed, an entire book could be written just about Prabhupada's cooking and prasad leelas. Jai Srila Prabhupada. Vakreshwara Pandit would dance in ecstasy as Lord Chaitanya sang. Sometimes Vakreshwara danced non-stop for 3 days. We have seen Srila Prabhupada's ecstatic dancing also, proof that he was never an old man at all. Prabhupada is a dancer from Golok Vrindavan, an eternal member of Lord Chaitanya's dancing party. He is a transcendental Pied Piper come to take us all dancing back to the spiritual world, where there is no fatigue and the dance goes on forever. Jai Srila Prabhupada. Vasudev Datta was such a powerful devotee that Krishna was purchased by him. He always thought of the jiva sufferings and how to deliver them. He was prepared to accept any amount of tribulation just so they could be saved. Therefore, Lord Chaitanya declared himself to be the property of Vasudev Datta, which devotee again exhibited the mood of Vasudev Datta, who then is closest to Lord Chaitanya. Jai Srila Prabhupada. Like the six Goswamis, Srila Prabhupada left home to live austerely in Vrindavan and write books. Later, Srinivas, Shamananda, and Narottam were sent out of Vrindavan to bring the books to the world and organize the preaching movement. Srila Prabhupada did the work of both the six Goswamis and of the next generation of Acharyas. He not only wrote books of monumental importance, but also traveled widely and preached effectively. As Prabhupada explained, my mission is to develop the glories of Srila Jiva Goswami all over the world. Jai Srila Prabhupada. Like Rasikananda, Srila Prabhupada tamed ferocious animals, initiated them, and made them into Vaishnavas. Jai Srila Prabhupada. Like his Guru Maharaj, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, Srila A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada was a revolutionary who did not care for stereotypes or the criticism of others. Both delivered Krishna consciousness exactly in the line of Rupa Goswami. Both preached hard and strong with the no compromise chopping technique. Jai Srila Prabhupada. We haven't seen Lord Chaitanya, Krishna, or any of their great and wonderful associates except one, Srila Prabhupada. Prabhupada is a representative of the entire parampara coming from Krishna, an ocean of unfathomed transcendental attributes. He personifies all the good qualities of all great devotees who have appeared in this world. Srila Prabhupada is the most wonderful, and by serving him, we are connected to all his friends in Krishna Loka, who are all wonderfully aesthetic devotees. In this dark material world, where everyone is full of lust, greed, and envy, it is great relief to know that there really is a perfect world where people are blissful and non envious. We are so fortunate to be connected to wonderful Srila Prabhupada and through him to all our dear long lost friends back home. We pray to all the eternally liberated souls of the spiritual world to bless us with the ability and intelligence to nicely serve Srila Prabhupada. And we look forward to the time when he personally introduces us to them and gives us a chance to directly serve them. At our present miserable low level of devotional service, it is certainly presumptuous to think like this. But still, we remember the prayer of Srila Narottam Das Thakur. Kabe loke natha more sang lana jave, Shri Rupa pada padme more samar pibe. When will Srila Loknath Goswami, the spiritual master of Narottam Das, take me with him and submit me at the lotus feet of Rupa Manjari? When will Srila Prabhupada take us with him and submit us in the service of the servants of the gopis? An analysis of Srila Prabhupada's qualities. Every morning at Mangala Arati, we praise the spiritual master as being an ocean of transcendental qualities. The following compiled from personal realizations, the realizations of others, and from quotes of Srila Prabhupada that illuminate his transcendental personality. is just a glimpse into some of Prabhupada's divine qualities. Considerate. To be considerate means not to take others for granted, but to be sensitive and thoughtful in personal dealings. Srila Prabhupada showed the highest standard of consideration by not allowing people to remain ignorant of Krishna. Apart from that, there are innumerable examples of Srila Prabhupada's being personally concerned about the needs of others. In 1977, Srila Prabhupada was sick on his bed in Vrindavan. Even though he himself had not eaten for weeks, he was concerned as to whether the devotees were taking prasad to their full satisfaction. I am very sorry to learn that Srimati Bahuji is suffering from pyorrhea. It is due to excessive betel chewing. Anyway, I am sending her with a small check for her treatment. Please accept it with my blessing. Determined. I am always prepared to do anything for spreading Krishna consciousness. Independently strong minded. Srila Prabhupada was independently strong minded and stuck to his own principles. Indians generally take everything Western to be the best, but Srila Prabhupada was never taken in by the so called advancement of modern society. He amusedly noted that Bon Maharaj admired Western ways and had learned to eat with a knife and fork. The difference between me and the other Swamis, Prabhupada said, is that they started off by calling the West advanced. I started off by calling them all rascals. People in India think that pants and shirt are high class, but Prabhupada stuck to his own standard of high class: dhoti, kurta, shaved head, neck beads, tilak, and taught it to others. Expert. Prabhupada seemed to be an expert in everything. The following letter shows Prabhupada giving advice on how to build houses. Is there anything that Srila Prabhupada didn't know? For the small cottages, I suggest to construct as a diagram below: wooden beams, and between the beams fill with gravel cement. The roof may be tile. The size may be 12 inches into 15 inches. This design is specifically suitable for grahasthas who can feel very comfortable there. And you may house 4 brahmacharis in such place. Every day you can build one such house. 10 may be required, and in 1 month you will have 30 such night shelters. Grateful. This book publishing was the most important work of my Guru Maharaj, and he ordered me to continue in the Western world. So I am very much indebted to all of you who are helping me to carry out the order of Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Goswami. Humble. Srila Prabhupada's humility is expressed in the following excerpts from Letter to Disciples. I hope you all pray to Krishna so I may be able to execute my duty properly. Actually, I am dependent on your mercy. You cannot survive without my mercy, and I cannot survive without your mercy. It's reciprocal. This mutual dependence is based on love, Krishna consciousness. Although officially I am your spiritual master, I consider you all students as my spiritual master. Because your love for Krishna and service for Krishna teach me how to become a sincere Krishna conscious person. On behalf of Krishna, I am accepting your service. On behalf of Krishna, I am accepting your sincere service. But on the whole, I am servant of Krishna. Therefore, I may be in a designation, your spiritual master, but actually I am a servant of all the servant of Krishna. And because you are all sincere servants of Krishna, I am your servant. Srila Prabhupada is a Nitya Siddha, an eternally liberated devotee. In one sense, there's no need for him to accept a spiritual master, for he is already perfect. However, he presents himself as a sinful conditioned soul, dependent on the mercy of his spiritual master. Actually, we are all conditioned soul, so our demand from Krishna to accept us is unreasonable. From my personal point of view, I think that I am so sinful that I cannot even approach Krishna to show me any favor. But I have only one hope, my spiritual master. He is very kind. So, some way or other, he is dragging me towards Krishna. Prabhupada was bold and unabashed. For Krishna, he can do anything or say anything to anybody. But about himself, he was very humble. He did not consider himself a pure devotee. He actually thought himself the most fallen. When Revati Nandan said, "You must be higher than the Paramhamsa stage," Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada replied, "No, I am lower than you. I am the lowest of all creatures. I am simply trying to execute the order of my spiritual master." On Srila Bhakti Siddhant Saraswati Thakur's disappearance day, Srila Prabhupada was lecturing from the Vyas Asan in Los Angeles. At that time, there were only about 6 or 7 ISKCON temples. Prabhupada said, "Try to open 108 centers if you can. Then I will think that my Guru Maharaj may be little satisfied with me if I die having done this. And then I will go to hell." Sudama said, "Srila Prabhupada, if you are going to hell, then we will go to hell with you." Prabhupada replied, "No, you are devotees. You will go to Vaikuntha." Giving credit to others. I have received your description of the books sold during the 3-day Christmas period, and I am very much pleased upon all of the nice boys and girls who have helped me in this way. I could never have thought it was possible to distribute so many of my literature, to distribute so many of our literatures. Therefore, I can understand it is simply Krishna's blessings us for your sincerely working on his behalf. Actually, that is the secret of my success. Not that personally I have done anything wonderful, but that because those who are helping me are sincere, they have done the work. That is the reason for our success all over the world, where others have failed. A little sincerity is very difficult thing in this age of hypocrisy and bluff. But I am so fortunate that Krishna has sent me all of you nice boys and girls who are sincerely working. Please convey to all of them my deepest appreciation. You have written so many nice things in praise of me, but I think that my Guru Maharaj is great. I'm not great, he is great. So sometimes, by association of the great, one appears great. Just like the sun is great, heat and light, and by reflecting the greatness of the sun's light, the moon in dead of night also appears great. But actually, the moon by nature dark and cold, but in association with the sun, it has become accepted as great. This is the real position. So I thank you very much that you are appreciating my Guru Maharaj who wanted to preach Krishna consciousness all over the world. He is so great. I'm nothing. I'm just a peon. Whatever respects are offered to me are due to my spiritual master. Kindness. Why did Srila Prabhupada, in old age and ill health, struggle so hard to spread Krishna consciousness? Why did he speak so strongly against everything not Krishna conscious? Why did he argue with and even shout at stubborn non believers? Why did he repeatedly, incessantly, and tirelessly indoctrinate us? You are not the body. You are an eternal servant of Krishna, the supreme personality of Godhead. because he could not tolerate the sufferings of the jivas in their forgetfulness of Krishna. Krishna's claim to be the well wisher of all living beings, Suhridam Sarva Bhutanam, has been proved by his having sent Srila Prabhupada. Always remember and never forget, if it were not for Srila Prabhupada, we wouldn't be here today. At least outside of India, there would be no temples, no deities, no Sankirtan parties, no prasad, no Rath Yatras, no ISKCON, no ecstasy, no transcendental anything. Just think what Srila Prabhupada has done for us. How he took so much of trouble to save us. How he is still watching over us. And how he is so greatly concerned for us. If we think about how much Srila Prabhupada loves us, surely we will cry. How can we not cry? Guest, I would like to ask Swami, would you pray for me? Jayatita, he wants you to pray for him. Srila Prabhupada, I am praying for everyone. That is my business. Otherwise, why I have come here? Our well wisher. We may disappoint Srila Prabhupada, but he will never disappoint us. I write at the end of my letter to my disciples, your ever well wisher, and as such, I cannot become otherwise than being ever well wisher of my disciples, even though he may leave me. I am praying always to Krishna that my disciples will not fall away from the path of Krishna consciousness. I already replied Jadu Rani's letter regarding her offenses. I do not remember when she committed offenses, and even though she might have done so, I excuse her 100 times without any hesitation. So she has nothing to bother about it. Liberal. This rascal Ginsburg, he used to say, Swamiji, you are very conservative, and you do not know what is conservative. I'm so lenient. You do not know what is the meaning of conservative. I used to reply him, if I was conservative, then for a single moment I could not stay here. Immediately I would have gone. Merciful. Srimati Radharani is most merciful than Krishna because she gives us Krishna. Lord Chaitanya is most merciful incarnation because he gives us Radha and Krishna. Srila Prabhupada is the chief recipient and distributor of Lord Chaitanya's mercy because he has practically done Lord Chaitanya's work of distributing Krishna consciousness all over the world to the most fallen people. Srila Prabhupada is giving us Lord Chaitanya, Radha, and Krishna. Who could be more merciful than Srila Prabhupada? I believe in the mercy of Srila Prabhupada. He is very merciful and his mercy is very powerful. We have seen some extraordinary instances of Srila Prabhupada's mercy, and in the future we shall see more. Take the case of Buddhimanta Prabhu. Buddhimanta was one of Prabhupada's first book distributors. Back in the 60s, he pioneered big book distribution, first in America, then in Europe and Australia. He was a tall, heavy, tough guy who helped to play American football, not the kind of fellow to get into an argument with. But Buddhimanta had a heart of gold. He loved Prabhupada and loved to distribute Prabhupada's books. His style of book distribution was unique and was never since and was never since been emulated, sometimes threatening, sometimes pleading, and always eccentric. He personally distributed many books and also inspired others to do so. Srila Prabhupada was very pleased with him. Sometimes, after Prabhupada left, however, Buddhimanta fell into Maya. He stopped following the regulative principles. Lost again in the darkness of material life, he almost completely forgot about Krishna consciousness. So, Krishna kindly arranged for Buddhimanta to get brain cancer. For when Buddhimanta learned that his headaches were the beginning of his body's end, he again remembered Krishna. He went to Vrindavan and left his body there. Yat gatva na nivartante taddhama paramam mama. Such is the power of Srila Prabhupada's mercy. We may forget him, but he doesn't forget us. And therefore, Krishna won't forget us. Brothers, please be merciful by giving Prabhupada's mercy. If we want to qualify ourselves as real followers of Srila Prabhupada, we have to give out his mercy. That's what he wanted from us more than anything else. So we must continue to distribute his books and give his teachings. We must preach his instructions by following them strictly, neither inventing nor concocting anything new, thus obstructing the flow of mercy while posing as authorized distributors. We must believe in Srila Prabhupada and do what he told us to do. In this way, anyone can become a most merciful person, an empowered distributor of love of God. Yare dekha tare kaha Krishna Upadesh. Amara agya guruhana tara e desh. No one stressed this, become a guru, verse as much as Prabhupada did. On his order, conveyed in parampara, from Lord Chaitanya, everyone should become a guru, a spiritual master capable of delivering others. How is that possible? By always remembering our position. Srila Prabhupada is our eternal link with Krishna. Janme Janme Prabhu se. Let us aspire to be the most humble servant of the specks of dust clinging to the Srila Prabhupada's divine lotus feet. Those specks of dust are the members of ISKCON, past, those gone back to the spiritual world, present and future. Dasosmi, Dasosmi, Dasosmi. We can end the reading here, Prabhuji, or shall we continue for 5 minutes more?
Uh, Maybe we can complete this humorous
Okay.
and then peaceful. Maybe we can study.
Humorous. One who has got knowledge is humorous also. A gentleman should be humorous. Srila Prabhupada was simultaneously grave and joyful, serious and jolly. He had a good sense of humor and often laughed, joked, or told comical stories. But although funny, Prabhupada was never frivolous. Even his lighter mood was fully Krishna conscious. He did not laugh, joke, or perform antics for cheap popularity or just to pass the time of day. He had a transcendental purpose in everything he did. Unlike the joking of mundane comedians, Prabhupada's wit did not leave us feeling empty. Rather, it helped us on the path of fulfillment because he gave Krishna conscious along with the laughs. With this, we come to the end of reading of Jai Srila Prabhupada today. Please join us again tomorrow.